Hey, what's up guys and gals? My name is Rick Nunchi. Thanks so much for joining me today. We're going to be talking about the Three Stooges, more specifically about the Stooge short called Dizzy Pilots. It's the 74th Stooge short produced by Columbia Pictures of the Three Stooges, and it is absolutely a super fantastic episode. In fact, some people say it is the last excellent Curly short that we have in history. I mean, we're going to talk all about it and talk about why it's so important. But if you're a fan of the Stooges, make sure to watch my previous episodes. I cover all 73 Stooge shorts before this, and I think you will enjoy them. There's a playlist where you can go through each and every single one. Now, in this one, the Stooges are called the Wrong Brothers, like the Wright brothers. Well, they are trying to create some airplanes and build airplanes. Not only that, but they are inventors, and they're trying to finish building an airplane that they can sell to the army and avoid the draft. Now, when their plane, which they hilariously call the Buzzard, it turns out to be a flop, not surprisingly. The boys are drafted into the army where they have trouble with a super tough drill sergeant. Now, if that plot sounds familiar to you, you're not too crazy, because there's a reason for that. In fact, they used footage from a previous Stooge short, which was called Boobs and Arms, and this short came out in 1940. And what they did, they used 5 minutes of footage from that Boobs and Arms episode, and what they did, they put it into this one. They essentially recycled part of the plot and made it the ending of this short. There's many reasons to do that. There's money saving reasons. There's also less wear and tear on the cast and crew, less ingenuity. And remember, these were shown in movies through subsequent weeks and months and so forth. So sometimes you wouldn't go to see every single weekend, and they knew this. And so they would often recycle things. And this is the beginning where we start to see the Stooges start to recycle a lot of their footage into many of their newer shorts. Amongst in this short, that is in Boobs and Arms, as well as Dizzy Pilots, because of their reused footage, you will see Richard Fiske. Now, Richard Fiske was that super strict drill sergeant that they had that they couldn't make happy. Now, this man was truly a hero because he died 28 years old, August 1944. If that date sounds familiar to you, yes, he was drafted into the military. He was a fighter or a soldier in World War II. He fought in France, and yes, he was killed in action, and his final resting place was France. So it's great to see someone who is a national hero who was in with the Stooges, who was a great actor. Unfortunately, he didn't live long, but he was posthumously awarded the Purple Heart, the Bronze Star Medal, as well as other military honors. Now, I'm sure that a lot of you who are Stooge fans love the iconic finger poke in the eye. Now, what's surprising to note that this is the first Stooge short ever that uses the sound effect. The doing? That was the first time. It took them, 70-something Stooge shorts to be able to do it. So there were eye pokes before this. They just never put a sound effect to the action. And then afterwards, they just added the sound effect and made it more funny in my eyes, and I think a lot of you would agree. Because this short, Dizzy Pilots, was 16 minutes and 53 seconds long. If you do the math, the reused footage was 30% of this Stooge short. So yeah, 70% of it was new, but 30%, they didn't really have to work on it. And they did a good transition between the new story, that is, or the present story, and then the reused footage. They make it work seamlessly. And again, we're going to see this a lot more as I cover more Stooge shorts about the recycled plots. And so make sure to pay attention to that, because previous ones do that sometimes, but not too common. It's more rare. And finally, I know a lot of you are wondering, what is this about Curly's decline? What is this about the last greatest Curly short? Well, of course, it's arguably the last Stooge short for Curly, in which you can see him do an excellent, flawless performance. If you know, and you go back to the first ever Stooge short, Woman Haters, which was a decade before this, you will see that Curly's speech is very quick. His physical mannerisms are very quick. He's sharp. His timing is perfect. Pretty much up until about this short. I mentioned before that you start to see signs of his decline, but he's still performing really well. But as we continue from this point on, this is a turning point really for us in what we're doing here, going through all the Stooge shorts, because now we're going to see moments of slowing down. He doesn't react as quickly to his lines. He does his best, but this is all because of the effects of the multiple strokes that he had. And so you will see that, but yes, Three Little Pirates, maha, aha, is so iconic, but you will notice that he is a little bit slower. He isn't at its peak. And so this is something that's very noticeable. So let me know if you noticed it, if you have seen this short, Dizzy Pilots. It is one of the great ones, super excellent, super funny, and it's not shown much in syndication. So make sure to let me know down below if you have seen it. What do you think about it? And if you started to notice anything in terms of decline in the previous shorts, or when do you think you started to notice his decline, where they finally had to say, hey, we have to replace him with Shemp. We'll see you all next time. Thanks for the support as always, and don't forget, everyone, be hopeful. Thank you to all my supporters, especially my Diamond tier patrons: Russ C, Sally N, Vito L, Citizen Kane 359, David D, Jerry D, Jennifer P, and Kevin K. If you want to join this list and be a patron supporter, it does help out so much, and I thank you ahead of time.